Them Uno cards ain't telling you nothing. Uno reverse and go back to Jesus.
You ate the high five me. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Do I Know You, which is the only talk show in the entire world which celebrates identity just through the lens of siblings and children of celebrities. My name is Jordan. I go by Jordy Ray, and I started this talk show because I needed therapy for me. This is a space for me to connect with people in a similar position and talk about how there's really no playbook for how to live with family in the spotlight. I am so excited because today we're worldwide. Like, we are in the epicenter of the United States, Central Florida. And I'm so excited. So this month is very special. I have honestly been asking this guest to come on the show for years. I mean, the show hasn't existed for years, but definitely for several months. Our guest this week is someone who I call a sister, a friend, but more formally, she is a founder of First Gen Films, a production company. She is the director of Fatherless No More film, which is literally going to change the world, and we will play the trailer, but she is truly such a light, and I'm not going to gas her up because her head will explode in that hat. But this month, we have Kayla Johnson on the show. Hey, KK.
Hey.
So I should have said. So Kayla's really interesting because she's a star in her own right, but her dad.
Intro's crazy. I'm sorry. The intro
you are, and I'm not done. So were you silent? Were you silenced?
Or silent?
This is my show, right? So Kayla's dad is literally an icon. He is a pastor. He is a saint. He is a man of God. Emoji, nobody's stronger than we. But he also is essentially the star in this incredible new film, Fatherless No More. So I wanted to have Kayla on to talk about her life now, and also, casually, her dad's like won a Super Bowl before. Once or twice? Once.
And a national championship.
But like, that's like, we don't care about sports here. So I find the more interesting thing to be Kayla and her dad. But first of all, Kayla, thanks for finally saying yes.
Don't say finally, because you formally asked me one time.
Why lie?
Show.
Why lie?
I'm not lying.
Why lie when the Spirit of the Lord is here?
I literally said yes, just let me know, and you're like going to Iceland or Costa Rica.
Girl, bye. But where am I today? I flew to Orlando to see Kayla and do this. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I know normally you're like a behind the camera type of girl.
I hate this, but for you, I love it.
Wait, have you had to do more of the in-person, like, or like in front of the camera stuff though, because of the promotion of the film?
Yes. Oh my God. We were in Dallas for ABFF, Ashley and I, and they're like, can you just do this quick little social thing? And I'm like, now on the other side of it, it's like, is this how I am? Because we went up there and fumbled.
Really?
We left and we're like, can we do this again?
What'd they say?
And they were like, they laughed. And then they said, yes, please. And the second take was much better. But yeah, it's like,
I know. Because so the way Kayla and I met was because you hired me and you were like behind the camera. Like, you are very much a behind the scenes girl. Yes. You like to orchestrate it all, but you don't want to be the talent.
I don't. And I like being the creative mind or like the voice of mystery behind a lot of stuff. Like if you look at any of my ESPN videos, I'm the person that's like chastising the young athletes.
Good.
Oh, actually, you want to hear a funny story?
Yes,
my God. I started this digital series called Name the 90s, where essentially we would go to All-Star, Super Bowl, college football playoffs, whatever event, and interview athletes on what these 90s items are. I'm pretty sure you've probably seen those types of videos around more, but I don't want to say I started it, but I did.
As you should.
But the first person I did it with was Ja Morant, and he was terrible. Love you, Ja. And then I did it with PJ Washington on the night that he got drafted, and I showed him a picture of Cheetah Girls. I'll find it for you. I showed him a picture of Cheetah Girls, and I showed him a picture of Destiny's Child, and he said it was the Cheetah Girls.
What?
And everybody in the room erupted, and he was so embarrassed. So then fast forward to All-Star, he comes into the media room, and he sees him. He's like, no, please, no. I said, PJ, You don't want to do it? He was like, no, you ruined me.
He saw DC and thought it was...
He legit saw me and was like, absolutely not. Sorry, PJ. But I'm sure he knows now.
Sorry, PJ, but like, thanks for the content.
Yeah. Oh, we went viral. Thank you.
I'm sure you did.
I said Cheetah Girls.
Honestly, I'm not shocked by that. But Cheetah Girls shows he has taste. I'm not here to
or that he has sisters. I don't even know what his family life is.
So fair.
It's giving little sister at some point.
It's giving little sister.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
look
shout
it
out
up.
to him. Yeah, literally.
Sorry.
Kayla. Why are you laughing?
Because I don't know.
Guys, this is going to be a really hard interview. Kayla and I are like not serious, but this actually is serious. I genuinely, you think I'm joking, but I actually am so proud of you.
Oh,
so
thank
you have really amazed me with the journey of this film. And so I kind of want to like, as it's sweeping the nation, I feel like you're in all these film festivals. Every time I check your location, you are truly somewhere else. And you're like, oh yeah, we have a screening here, we have a screening there. So kind of talk us through, if someone has never even heard of the film, talk us through what is it and how did it come to life?
Yes, so Fatherless No More is about an Orlando-based pastor and former Super Bowl champion that gets a divine call to move into an RV on Rikers Island, which is the second largest jail in America, very infamous for a lot of actually celebrities who have been jailed before. I think Tupac was there at one point. But they're really known for just the violence and the terror that happens. And so he moves into an RV and wants to start an initiative called Fatherless No More, where essentially he mentors young kids 18 to 22 who are detained at Rikers Island. And so we follow his journey on what that is like. And since he had moved on the island, the stabbings and slashings at Rikers decreased nearly 60%.
Wow.
So
60?
60, yeah.
Wow.
I think the exact percentage is 57.
And what's the reason for that? Like, why? That's a huge drop.
I think when you see real transformation happen, and it's not just a program where you go in, you sign a sheet, and you try to like do good. It really is a heart transformation that these guys are experiencing, which helps them with their decision making. It makes them think twice about, what they want to do with their lives and how they want to lead their lives, even behind bars.
Yeah.
So that's what the film kind of navigates, which is really cool.
The film is so good.
Thank you.
Like, it is so... Are you tired of people saying it's so good?
No, I feel like girl, no. I mean, that's probably one thing a producer loves. Like, what did you think? Like, I love hearing people's takes on it.
It is so beautiful. I've seen it. We're going to say 2.5 times because I saw it while it was still...
in the rough stages.
It didn't look rough to me, but maybe in like the rougher stages to you. I guess for me, when I think about like how amazing this film is, all this stuff, my question is like, why? Like, why did you feel like it was necessary to tell your dad's story? And why now?
That's a good question. And I always say this because we get this question a lot at these film festivals. It actually was Ashley. So Ashley's the co-director, DP, editor, and everything else.
Wearing all the hats.
Yeah, shout out Ashley Robinson. So Ashley Robinson, I met her at ESPN as well. She's an incredible producer. And we were, friends actually after ESPN, which is crazy, but we moved to New York at the same time. And so after the pandemic, I moved home. Ashley stayed in New York. And when she heard about my dad going to Rikers, she was like, hey, I really think you should start, filming your dad or just like documenting what's going on. And for me, I wasn't as, compelled to go just because my dad has done a lot of different things that are outside the box to some people. So I'm like, why? Like, why do we need to do this? And she was like, Kayla, I don't think you understand. Nobody had ever asked to live on an RV on Rikers Island. And what he was doing was just unprecedented, which, yes, we thought what he was doing was amazing. But we were also like, it's dad.
Yeah,
so,
that's who he is. Yeah.
So somebody else actually reached out to my dad about doing a documentary, and that ended up falling through. My mom was the one that was like, Kayla needs to do it. No,
I didn't know that.
Somebody else reached out. Yeah. And so, I mean, I was in full support. I was there. I actually was going to be more of like a consultant and just help, make sure that the story is accurate. Because one thing about me, I don't play by my family.
That part.
And so if you're going to tell a story, I want you to make sure that it's accurate and not just like another crime doc or a jail story.
Right.
But my mom and Ashley were the ones that were like, you need to do it. You need to do it. So long story short, or long story medium, I guess, I ended up having a conversation. This is a year and a half after my dad had started going to Rikers. And I was like, hey, do you think they'll let us bring cameras in? Because when he first started going, no cameras were allowed. Nor did he want to bring cameras in. I think that's important to note too.
It's like a trust.
Yeah, trust. You're coming in and everyone's expecting you. A lot of the guys said that. We thought he was going to come in with all these cameras and put them on display, but he came in with nothing but his friend and his weapon of love, if you will. So
wow.
He, I think after a year and a half, they really started trusting him. The report of the initiative was, spreading throughout the jail. And so I was like, Dad, what do you think about this? This is when, the other production company fell through. And he was like, let's just do it. Let's just ask. And the commissioner was like, yes, let's start bringing cameras. And one thing led to another. And we started filming.
I did not know that. I feel like it's interesting. You kind of said briefly, like, it's just dad. Like, my dad's awesome, and her dad is like,
he is
incredible. Shout out PT. But I feel like it can be an interesting thing. I think from my perspective, like, and it's very different, right? But for me, with my brother, sharing my brother with the world is a very interesting experience. And so for you too, I don't know, you're a PK, so there's like a whole other element there, but you've always kind of shared your dad, whether it's with fans, whether it's with his congregation, whether it's with these men of God. What has that been like for you, and how has that influenced your relationship with him?
Yeah, man, that's a lot of layers. Yeah. Because I had an amazing dad, or I have an amazing dad, and not a lot of people can say that. I know a lot of my friends who have had strained relationships with their dad, or they may have a good dad, but maybe like spiritually they didn't feel fulfilled in that role. And then I've had friends who just flat out, they're like, Dad, what is that? So I've had a range of friends that grew up with an absence of a father, and knowing how amazing my dad is and how present he is and what that did for me growing up, I always want somebody that lacked that to experience that, in an earthly form. Obviously, we all have a heavenly father. Whether you know him or not, he is your heavenly father. But there is something to having an earthly father to call or to give you a hug or to encourage you. And especially for my friends that maybe never experienced that, I always just want to share that. And I've never felt neglected in that way. I've never felt like I'm losing out on something for sharing him, because his capacity is insane. And that's only because of how he seeks God. That's probably another, you might have to ask him that.
Yeah.
But his capacity is so large. And so I think me sharing him is just something that came naturally for me and my sibling, because there's 4 of us.
Yeah.
So it's 4 kids and maybe like 100 spiritual children.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's kind of how I thought about it. It's just like, I know how amazing this was for me. Yeah. I want to make sure that everybody at least gets to experience that. If they're friends with me, I want them to experience that.
And what has it been like now, I guess, for people who watch the film? You can't watch it and not be like, I love him. So I'm sure you have tons of people being like, your dad's amazing. Yes. You're like, I know. Right. Like, he's always been this
or
way.
Other comments where I'm like, but we won't go there. I'm just like,
next episode.
But no, yeah. Everyone's just like, he's the best. And I'm like, I mean, you can't negate it. And actually what's so funny is that I think some person, they weren't saying that it wasn't genuine, but I think hearing people like my dad, it's easy to be like, oh, this guy is a fake. Like, there's no way he's really like that. And I'm like, y'all don't even know.
Wow.
Like, that's not even a quarter of who he really is.
Wow.
And I mean, the film shows how much he loves people, but
you're like, that's a
man,
fraction.
love people for real.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, seriously. You're like, what you're seeing is
what you're getting.
Literally.
Not even, yeah, it's
not,
like
it's
even
like
more
scratching
genuine.
the surface,
yeah.
literally.
So.
That is so cool. I guess through this process, is there something new? I mean, you've been with your dad since you were born. That's about 56 years. But what has it been like?
Why are you laughing?
I'm making an old person joke saying you're 56. But I'm curious for you.
Yeah, she calls me a boomer. That's crazy.
She is. But for you, in this process of filming
People are going to think I'm like 40.
You are.
I actually should say that I'm 40. And I was like, oh my God, you look so young. And then when I say my real age, they're like, oh,
you do look really good for your age.
Well, at least we know I'm younger than 40.
You're younger than 40. You do look good for 39. But seriously though, what have you like learned about your dad? Obviously you've been with him your whole life, but I'm assuming it's almost like, I don't know, when you like read a book or like you see the same movie 1,000 times, but like 1,001, you're like, oh, I've never noticed that. Like, is there anything about your dad where you're like, oh God, like I didn't know that about you before?
I mean, well, that he's a real person with real genuine feelings. Like, and I'm not saying he gets offended easily or like feelings sway him, but you know, he gets sad, he gets happy. And it's not that I knew that about him, but seeing those emotions in real time, and you actually see that a little bit in the film, like he has real, genuine doubts, you know, I don't want to give too much away, but just like there's a range of emotions that he feels, and you get to see how he just continues to trust God through those feelings. And so I think learning how to navigate, you know, the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of your feelings is something that I learned. Like, okay, this is how you stay anchored.
Oh, that's good.
Because I'm...
I mean, we've talked about this before.
I'm a little crazy.
But literally, like, Hebrews talks about drifting and how, like, it doesn't take much to drift. You just do nothing. But I feel like what I love about you, your dad, your whole family, I feel like you guys are actively in pursuit of the Lord. And I think that's what anchors you. You brought something up, though, that I've talked about on the show before, but I want to get your thoughts on it. I have always said the moment I could tell I was growing up was when I saw my parents as real people. Like, it took for me... This isn't about me, but we had some serious life stuff going on. And I think seeing my parents, this was about maybe 6 years ago, seeing them as like, oh, you're not just like mom and dad. You're like a girl. Like, you're just a girl doing this for the first time. You're just a guy doing this for the first time. And for me, that brought, you almost kind of grieve. I kind of like grieved the time I had before I knew that, I guess. It's almost like ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
And it's like not seeing my parents as real parents, kind of real people protected me in a way.
Yeah.
But for you, what I kind of hear you saying is like, no, like I see my dad, my mom as like the full, you're seeing them in the fullness of who they are, not just parents.
And just like also how what they protected us from. I think as we get older, they share a little bit more, let us in on a little bit more. And we're like, you was going through that and you didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, they're like for real.
Yeah.
And I knew that my mom, shout out to my mom. Let's
just
take a moment for her.
Shout out to her.
She and me and my mom have such a funny relationship because we are the same person. And so I feel like that's why we butt heads, but also we love each other the hardest probably.
Yeah.
Like, don't
ever
her.
play.
Like, don't ever play with her. Like, I literally...
Wait, actually, this is funny because last night we were at this like thing at your sister's house, and I wasn't looking at you at one point, but I heard you screaming about something, and I literally go, "This sounds like Kayla's mom is here." And I like had kind of disassociated for a second. I like turned around, I was like, "Is her mom here?" And I was like, "Oh, that's just Kayla. That sounds just like her mom."
No, if you see us, people when I was young, they're like, "Oh, you look just like your mom," and I'm like, "No," but then I'm getting older, and I was like, "Oh, I am."
No, you are her.
Don't look like her. I am her. It's crazy.
And what a great woman to be.
Oh my goodness, real. She does not play.
Yeah.
She knows she's right about everything. It's so annoying because she will like literally tell me, "Okay, don't do it. Do this. And I'm like, almost like just let me fail. But she be right.
Of course.
So I'm like, oh, girl. But no, the way that she holds it down, I've seen how much she sacrificed for us, for my dad. Like, and of course my dad loves her down for sure. For any woman watching the film and has something to say about my dad, he loves her down.
Yeah. Oh, there's no question about it. There's no better like suited couple.
Oh, they're like made for each other. But no, the way that she just sacrifices, lays her life down for the family is just, I've never seen anything like it before in my life. So to learn that, I think being able to kind of lift the curtain a little bit and see just how much she did sacrifice. And then with my dad, like, it's not even about learning, going back to your question about learning something new. It's just how our dynamic has developed over time, like being on this journey with him and really becoming his friend. I know my dad didn't really say it. My mom usually said, like, I'm not one of your little friends. But she always be wanting to hang out with me. So
they always do want to be our friends. That's the thing.
She wants to be my friend. Right. She's literally wants to be my friend.
Yeah.
But my dad, we really became friends. And I'm like, that's so cool. Of course, I love you as a dad, but like, you're such a good friend too. And just to get to know him in that capacity was so awesome.
That is good.
Yeah.
That's really good. I mean, beyond the film, he wrote a book. Which, did that come out? God, time's moving so fast. Last year?
Yeah.
So, which I read in literally like 3 days. It was so
no way.
Good. Yeah, I read it on vacation. It was so beautiful. I'm like crying outside. It's like a girls' trip we were doing, and I'm like crying outside. Like,
that's not the book to read on a girls' trip. Oh my
God! They're like, Jordan, you coming? I'm like, yeah, I'm coming on the boat. I'm like sobbing. But I feel like if my dad were to write a book and I'm reading new things, I'm like,
girl.
Like, when you read what your dad wrote, was anything like, oh, you don't have to say what it was, but were you like,
go read the book.
Were you reading things and like, oh, I didn't know that happened?
Oh, I definitely had to go to where I was like, excuse me. I knew, but I didn't know
the extent. Yeah.
So I was like, this is a good plug for the book, but I really was like, not tea. Yeah. I was like, I went to my mom and was like, girl, what is going on?
Wow.
And to him too. I'm like, man, what's wrong with you? You was if you don't know that the Lord loves you, to keep like what got built from just how he was is nothing but God, which is just shows the grace and mercy of God for sure.
So good.
So
good.
And he will tell you that, like, he's not ashamed, clearly not ashamed of sharing his story, but I think it's really important for especially young men. Obviously we can take something from it as women, but especially young men who kind of are insecure about their transformation in Christ, or they feel like they're too far gone. I think this is a good example of like, you can start as one thing, but when Jesus comes into your heart and introduces you to the Heavenly Father, there's so much transformation that can happen. Like, don't limit God on what he can do in your life. So yes, it's a message for everybody,
that's good.
I think that there's like been some struggle when it comes to men. We be getting it.
And you. The first time, God watching like, really?
Right.
The first time?
We be getting it. Second or third.
Exactly.
But they be taking 4 or 5 or 6.
And do. Well, I mean, it literally comes back to like, I just think about how everyone's like, Jesus sat with sinners. Jesus did this. And it's like, yeah, he did. And they left changed. Like, we can't stop it. He just sat with them, right? Like, all of us have to encounter him for transformation daily. It's not like a one and done, you know? Like, stuff I'm going through now, I'm like, dang, I thought I moved past that. But it's like dying to self daily.
Every day.
Okay, I want to pivot a little bit. You're a preacher's kid. Yes. And this isn't a conversation I've had on this show before.
Uh-oh.
But I don't know. I feel like there's always this rhetoric around PKs, which is like, you grow up in the church and then you leave the church. You either like leave or you're like sold out for Jesus. And unfortunately, I think a lot of times in like Western American church culture, we hear more about like, the PKs are outside, which like there's nothing wrong with being outside.
Sometimes it is though.
Like
it's to your detriment.
And it do be to their detriment. For you, was there ever that maybe pull away from church, pull away from God? Like, what has that looked like for you?
Oh, for sure. And I always say this too. I feel like PKs are either like super weirdos or like you said, they outside, they busting it wide open, they doing all the things. Yeah. Sorry. Is this a PG show? I'm so sorry.
No, I mean, it's true.
It's true.
And I mean wide open.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So I feel like for me, I was never on either one of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Maybe a spectrum in another way.
Yeah. Maybe a different phrase.
But
we know what you mean.
Right. But there was a time, I remember 2012, I was a junior in college and I was really struggling with my faith and even believing in the existence of God. I was like, I don't know if I believe in this stuff, to be honest with you. Like, you go to college and everybody says that you have this awakening, and like, if you're not anchored or if your foundation isn't laid right, then people can sway you. And that's so funny because nobody convinced me of anything. It was me and my own thoughts. And another hilarious tidbit is like, I never was the partier. If I like really was veering off, I feel like I would be like a bank robber or something. Or no, I would be a scammer.
I'm about to get that money.
Oh,
if I'm gonna go left, I might
if
as well
I'm gonna
go left,
I'm gonna be rich doing it. Like I was.
If I'm a steal, I'm gonna go towards the bank.
Scam.
Yeah, no, I'm.
I was never the drugs, never the like alcoholic party. I'm tired.
Like,
it's 9
o'clock.
I'm in bed. You don't ever have to worry about that. But
part.
Scam, watch your credit card. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Do you ever play that game where, see, this is my ADD kicking in, but do you ever play that game where it's like, oh, this is a PK game. It's like, what sin would you pick?
PKs do that?
Oh my God, there's so many games.
What sin would you pick? So yours was scamming?
For sure.
So it's like what? Like sex before marriage? Like,
yeah,
like you just pick whatever.
And if it's drugs or like you would drink, you would be smoking, you would like, get high every day.
So y'all sit around in a circle having like fantasy chats about like sins you'd pick.
Yeah, we've played that before.
In the church parking lot, of course.
Yeah, probably. Or probably in the building.
Woo, the Lord redeems. The Lord redeems.
I know the Lord's like, girl, what? I think for the most part, all of us would be scammers.
Move past the scam. Okay. Move past the scam. The bank.
I have my own money now. Legal. W-2. Period.
Wait, were you scamming for real?
No, I wasn't scamming, but
because my credit card was just hacked, and they do say it's the people you know.
I was with you last
and
night.
You were with me, and it was hacked recently, so I'm not putting it past you. And the location was Orlando, Florida. Weird. No, I don't know. I'm on to her after this.
I'm not. Oh my God. Yeah, I need to stop. But yeah, there was a phase where I was watching way too many scamming documentaries, and Sean was like, "Are you well?"
Wait, Scam Goddess? Did you ever listen to
there's
Lacey
better
Mosley?
ones on HBO. I forgot what it's called, but
Tinder Swindler on Netflix.
Watch that. Not good enough. I'm gonna send it to you. I forgot what it's called.
Okay, I don't even know why I'm saying these platforms. They're not sponsored.
Multiple episodes. Phenomenal work.
Okay, yeah, send please.
Anyways, what was I saying?
Sophomore year, you were not feeling the whole
junior
year. You were not feeling the God thing.
I was not. I was very skeptical. I was just starting to ask myself a lot of questions about the existence of God, things that I didn't understand, things that weren't adding up to me. In my mind, I just was like,
what do you remember? Like, what was something that wasn't adding up?
It was really hard for me to conceptualize the start of time. Like God being the author of the beginning and the end was like, it goes back to like who created God kind of thing.
Right.
And that was really hard for me to grasp. And I was like, just like out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? Like why now? Like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so it was like a real struggle for me, and that spiraled into just me asking a ton of questions. And so I actually went to my dad first, maybe. And I was just like, not in a like combative way. I was like, yeah, I'm not sure about this. Like, I don't think I believe in this anymore. And as calm as can be, he was like, can I suggest a book for you? And he wasn't worried about it. He was like, oh no, why don't you believe anymore?
Deliverance now.
Yeah, like
start speaking
demon.
Like, yeah.
He just was like, can I suggest a book for you? And I was like, sure. And it was More Than a Carpenter by, I want to say, McDowell.
Okay.
John McDowell.
I think I've heard of this book.
Phenomenal book.
Wow. Okay.
I read it. And even when I read it, I was like, okay, I'm seeing a lot of the historical context of Jesus and why the Bible can be trusted and just like evidence for this faith, because I feel like a lot of Christians walk around with this faith and no evidence, and I also think that's kind of ignorant. You have to have some sort of backing as to why you believe in this, because it's blind faith. I don't think is effective, in my opinion.
Well, and people ask why, and you need to be able to say
and
why.
It's not just like just because, like no, people have valid questions that should be answered. Now, 100%. I'm not saying I'm never going to diminish God to I'm going to understand the fullness of who he is. Like, there's just some things that I just can't explain, because if you're talking about an author that is so intricate in how he created just one human being, and there's a billion of us on this planet, you think my little old small mind is going to understand the fullness of him? You'll die.
You will literally die.
So
he said, if I show you my face, you will die.
You want to be with me? So I'm like, yeah. So I'm definitely like not on that end either, but I do think it's beneficial to have some sort of understanding and some sort of knowledge on why you believe what you believe, so you can be a better disciple. And so after reading that book, I was like still a little skeptical, but I'm like, okay, this is starting to make a little sense.
Come on.
And then it's gonna be like anticlimactic when I tell you this, but I remember just like opening my Bible and reading 1 Peter 5:7, which will always be my favorite verse. Cast your cares on him, for he cares for you.
Yeah.
And I literally just started crying, like weeping. And I'm not really a crier like that.
I've never seen you cry.
Thank God. Because in my older age, in my 39 years of life, people are going to think I'm 39.
You are.
Stop. Yeah. Yeah, I was just tore up, and I've never felt like, I will never forget that moment. I've never felt such love and comfort and peace and just like a knowing that the Holy Spirit and the presence of God was real.
Wow.
And that moment is something that no one can ever take away. Even in this like day and age, or this time right now, I'm still, there's still questions I have, but I can never negate that moment because he made himself so real to me. And since then, I've definitely had moments like that where I'm like, okay,
right.
When things just kind of get where I'm like, okay, what does this mean? Or he always meets me where I'm at. So
yeah,
that was my PK testimony. I never really like went either way, but
yeah, that's
there were
beautiful.
Moments, yeah.
Well, as you were talking, I think there's something to be said about like wrestling and like staying rooted, whatever churchy word you want to use, right? But like the fact that you were like, hey, no, I'm actually going to like fight with this. Even if I'm not really believing this, like I'm going to stay and like figure it out. I mean, Jacob wrestled with God, right? Like walked away with a little limp, but he wrestled and like
he survived.
he survived. And so I just think it's so cool. Like that's something I'm working on right now in my life, is I'm like, wait, you guys don't get to know, but basically after me realizing I don't want to
divulge. She does that to me too.
I don't want to divulge too much on the internet, but all this to say, I think there is something to be said about like staying planted, remaining, fighting until you kind of get the answers that you need, or at least you get to the point of like surrender where you're like, okay, God, even if I don't understand the 100%, I can believe that 51 and like trust that you'll carry the 49 for me,
or just or just being patient enough for him to reveal himself, because I think a lot of times people dabble into other things because, and I honestly, I'm going to be so completely honest with you, I struggle with the patience thing. Patience is a trigger word for me because I'm like, when you have exercised patience, it's really hard to hear that as if you weren't already. And so sometimes when you are sitting and waiting on God to meet you, it does require a capacity for patience. And some people aren't willing to wait. And so that's why you see them go to alternatives, whether they, they'll smoke their way up, just to escape, or they'll go to a medium or practice witchcraft, like go all the way down there, like
pull those cards.
Which
them
Uno cards ain't telling you nothing. Uno reverse and go back to Jesus.
You ate that by me. You better hit that Uno reverse and go right back to
you
that
better
altar.
Uno reverse, because you might get to a hole that you don't want to be in.
Who is tarot? I thought tarot was a type of tea.
And I don't drink her either.
I hate Black people. Like, literally, we can't.
I can't be so serious. And I'm so sick of the narrative of, like, people don't really know, like, the history behind. I actually don't want to.
I promise you, leave that history so far away from me.
I don't do it.
I actually saw a TikTok, wow, we're left, but I saw a TikTok comment this morning, and it was like, the reason that you guys are anti-witch is because of sexism.
Girl, call it whatever you want to call it. I'm anti-witch because I'm anti-witch. Like, I'm not dabbling in it because I've seen too many people dabble in it and not come out and want to come out. So that's all the proof I need.
And isn't there a verse? It's like, if you go looking for it, you will find it.
Oh, it'll find you.
It'll find you. I mean, there's also...
It's waiting for you. Ooh. The devil prowls like a lion. Roaring. That means he ready to eat.
He hungry.
Hungry.
Starving.
Okay.
An appetite is never satisfied. That's the other thing.
Right. And if you, like, he is not omnipresent either. So if you put yourself in the line of fire, he's waiting. That's why he's hungry. Our Lord and Savior.
Come on.
He's everywhere all at once. Okay.
Everything
Devil
everywhere
don't got
all
that.
at once.
He can't.
Yeah.
He can't do that. So if you put yourself in that position, you might get ate up. You better be careful. That's
snatched up.
Yeah.
Ooh. This is why I also call you Bishop. Because Kayla be preaching. Even I'll call you just for something random, and I'm like, why are you giving a word? Like, why are we here right now? I called to show you my outfit. Like, why are we here?
That's not true.
You do be giving words.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, you 1000% do.
Yeah.
All the time. Ministry. What do you think about... I'm sure you get asked.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Can I tell you, a guy asked me that? He said, "What is your ministry?"
What?
I was like, "Hi, I'm Kayla." Sorry.
Like, that's a whole different conversation we need to have on, like,
offline.
Yeah, very offline. No cameras, no phones in the room. I'm sure people ask you, like, do you want to be a pastor because of your dad? Why are you laughing?
I'm cracking up. No one ever asked me
Really?
That. Are you kidding me?
I would think, okay, I have other PK friends, and people just naturally assume, although I will say they're guys. I wonder if there's something there about
Sean.
Gender. Sean's her brother.
Yeah, so my brother, I mean, we even say that because he is a pastor, though. Not just because my dad is a pastor. His heart is similar to my dad's. He loves people. I think to be called to be a pastor is not just preaching. Like, people think that preaching means that you're a pastor. Like, if you're a good teacher, you're a pastor. When you are called to be a pastor, you're called to really love the people of God. And yes, we are all called to do that, but you're called to shepherd them and walk with them.
Yeah.
I don't think I like people that much to be a pastor. Like,
at least you know.
Oh my goodness.
At least you know yourself.
I've seen, again, going back to my parents and the sacrifices they made, I've seen over the years them walk with people slander their name, drag their name through the mud, and they're like, well, we're just gonna love them.
Wow. Wow.
What?
Wow.
Because I'm ready to
swing.
Pop off.
Yeah,
like, so
good.
There's just a different kind of grace that you have to be a pastor. Now, obviously, if God called me to be a pastor, I'm going to be obedient. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't ask me, but I think he knows.
Yeah.
I honestly believe he knows me well enough to put me in a space where I can go toe to toe with people, if you will. Like, I'm in a space where, like, God is not topic of conversation. It's very free flowing. It's very open.
And you're saying media is that space?
Media, yeah. The industry can be just grimy. People don't have integrity. I'm just like, people just straight up, I've been on meetings and people just straight up lie. And I'm like, yuck! Like, it's disgusting to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting the way people run their lives to get ahead, and I don't run like that. But I think I do have a grace to minister to people like that.
That's good.
Yeah, because pastor, being a pastor, maybe that is my pastoral calling.
Yeah, well, I mean, I say this all the time on the show, and we had Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts on here. I was like, you are in ministry, but like we're all in ministry, right?
Yeah.
Like my favorite example, not to preach because I can't and have no
you probably couldn't. Didn't you do your commencement speech?
But
she was a valedictorian, y'all.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah,
we're just talking about people lying. This is you lying right now.
Weren't you top of your class?
Yeah,
cum laude?
Okay, but my point is, when Moses went to the tent, and then like Jesus, I love the OT, and then God's presence fell, and it was the tent of meeting. And it's just like how your desk, yes, you're working there, but like if you invite God in, like that's literally like the desk of meeting. It's like where you can like really extend your ministry. And so as we wrap up, I want to ask you, like, what do
that was my past.
I know. I know you had so much fun, right?
Yeah, no, that was fun.
Well, you're not done yet. I'm gonna ask you a hard question. What do you see for yourself in terms of like legacy, in terms of if this is ministry for you, if this is calling, like how are you trying to spread the kingdom through this?
I mean, obviously, it's been through film right now. Being able to tell stories that haven't been told, that should be told.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of First Gen Films, is to amplify underrepresented voices, to make sure that we're spreading the gospel, of course, but we're also giving people a platform that may not ever have had it. And so like I feel like that has been my track record with all the stories that I've told. But I would love to just continue storytelling wherever that takes me, whether it's film or narrative or shows or I don't know, speaking. I don't know what that looks like.
In front of the camera?
No, speaking like to young people.
Oh, okay.
At schools or something.
Okay.
Like, girl,
okay.
No.
You don't limit God, girl. We'll see.
I won't, but I'm saying what I want. And then passing that through my bloodline, like, Lord willing, if he calls me to have children, like passing that down to my kids and their kids, and they can just continue on that legacy. I think what my dad has built with our family has been so beautiful, because everything we need, we always say this, everything we need is in our family. All the skill set, from the skill sets to just our heart surrender to serve Jesus. That's so good. I want to continue to build that through, my legacy when the time comes. Very good. Did I answer your question? That's what I hope. That's what I want my legacy to be.
I love you.
I love you too. Thank you so much for having me and only asking me one time.
Girl, bye. Thank you so much for coming on. I hope that y'all learned something from Kayla. She is such a light. We'll drop her socials, her dad's socials, the links to everything. We'll put that all in here. But make sure you stay till the very end so you can see the trailer for the film. Which is so incredible. But as I always say, Jesus loves you and he sees you in a way that no one else could. So look to him before you look to anyone else. Cheers to you guys. Mwah. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Rikers Island. It's a lot of pain behind these walls. To my young kids, 18 to 21.
These kids were getting cut, stabbed at a very high rate.
It was just pure anarchy in here.
The level of violence for RMDC, our kids had been giving us a challenge. So it was more of what do we need to do to reduce the violence amongst the kids.
Nobody never put their hands on my face and tell me they love me. Not even my father, my real father. So, it's like, seeing people do that continuously, like, I feel loved.
lot of articles out about me saying that I'm a menace to society and I'm extremely violent. Now I'm just trying to show them different.
I've been here since 2020. I used to be mad all day, just wake up mad. Now I'm maturing, thinking different. I don't even remember the last time I had a fight. I don't remember the last time I had a fight. I don't even do that anymore. Listen, jail. People fight in jail every day.
I'm not here to focus on where you've been. I said I really want to focus on where you can go. Well, you got young men dying because they feel trapped. And to be a part of any sense of hope feels a little bit late. Somehow I'm saying to the Father, I'm available. Do whatever you need to do to stop this curse. MOG.
Nobody stronger than we.